guys, welcome back to Sim Racing Bible for another video. Today we're answering an age-old question in sim racing. Does a high-end set of pedals really make a difference to your driving? As part of our new partnership with Asetek Sim Sports, I'm going to be putting my Fanatec Clubsport V3 pedals up against the mighty Asetek Invictas to see what the differences are and if I can really improve my driving just by changing the pedals. So to find out, I've devised a test using iRacing and the Porsche 911 Cup car at Monza to see if we can see the differences firsthand. But before we jump on track, let's take a look at a side-by-side comparison of the two pedals to see what the differences are. So as you can see, the throttle pedal goes a little bit further on the Fanatec pedals than on the Asetek's. The clutch pedal is pretty much the same travel, but it's the brake where the big difference is. You can see how much shorter the brake pedal distance is on the Invicta pedals. Okay, so here we are at Monza. We're running the Fanatec Clubsport V3s currently. So let's take a lap of the circuit and I'll walk you through what I'm feeling through the pedals. So as you've seen from the side-by-side comparison, there's an awful lot more travel in the throttle pedal, which means you have a lot further to press it, but it can also mean that you have a little bit more control over just how much you put the power down through corners such as this. So we've got the pedal cam on, we've also got my pedal inputs on the graphic on the right hand side there as well, so you can see exactly how much input I'm putting in relevant to the game. So throttle feel on the Clubsport V3s, it's pretty good. It's quite soft and it's quite light, but you do get a good understanding of where the pedal is at all times. Brake pedal wise, we have it set to a reasonably high setting on the load cell, so there's a fair amount of resistance there, for the V3s that is. But there's also a little bit of travel in there as well, so a lot of the time when you're driving with the V3s, you're kind of pushing the pedal to as far as you think it should go for the best performance options. So you're not just pushing it as hard as you can and letting the brake pedal take all the brunt of that load and basically help your muscle memory to remember how far it is you need to push or how hard you need to press. You're trying to basically do it just by position rather than force, which is a big difference when you get into the high-end pedals. So we'll get into that a little bit more in detail. But the test I've devised for is this. So this is for the brake pedal. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out of the parabolica, we're going to hold the car at 220 kilometers an hour, and as soon as we cross the start-finish line, we're going to apply the brakes as hard as we possibly can and see how long it takes to stop the car. So here we go, out of the parabolica, let's get ourselves up to 220 kilometers an hour. There's 200, and there's 220, so we're going to try and hold it at 220. Ease off a little bit, don't want to go too quick. There we go. On the brakes. Get it stopped. A little bit of lock up at the end. Okay, not bad. Let's try that again. I've got a couple more options for distances and see if we can pick the best one from there. Okay, so here's attempt number 2. Get ourselves up to our target speed. There we go. Hold it there. 220. And again, a little bit of a lock up. I think we may have pulled it up a little bit faster that time. Let's try one more. Okay, so third and final attempt. Let's see if we can beat our previous best. So there's our 220 mark. Holding it there. Bit of cadence braking just to make sure it doesn't lock up. And there we go. Okay, so we have the Asetek Invictas installed. Let's get ourselves up to 220 kilometers an hour and give our first try of see how quickly we can get these things to stop. There we go. Hard on the brakes. Just on the threshold of locking up there, but we didn't lock up. That's pretty impressive. Let's give it 2 more tries and see if we can make it any better at all. Okay, here we go for round 2. Let's see how we get on this time. Let's see if we can pull it up even quicker. Here we go. Bang on 220. That's definitely a lot quicker. Okay, let's go one more and see if we can really nail that breaking point. Okay, final attempt. Let's make this one the best one yet. So here we go. Here's our target number. And oh, little lock up at the end there. Probably not quite as quick as last time, but even so, still mightily impressive. Let's take a look at some full laps, shall we? So the final test is a complete full lap time comparison between the two sets of pedals. So we're back on the Clubsport V3s. and we're going to go for a full lap of the Monza Grand Prix circuit. So down towards the first chicane here, we're going to be looking for our braking point around the 200 metre board. There it is. Hard on the brakes, trying not to lock up. Into second gear, get it turned in. Speed through the first chicane. Hard on the power on the exit. Now the Porsche 911 Cup car is a great car to test these two pedals together because there's no ABS, so you have to be quite careful with your braking input so you don't go too far and lock those brakes up, and then that's game over as far as entering the corner is concerned. So here we go, second chicane, braking just before the bridge. A little bit of a lock up on the initial braking phase there, but we've got away with it. Use all the curves through there. Up toward the Lesmo 1, a little bit of a dab of brakes down to third. Get it turned in, feed the power in. Lesmo 2, again, little dab. Missed the apex a little bit there, but we're okay. We've survived it, and then we're down the next long straight, which is one of the key features here at Monza, with these big long straights. Down underneath the old banking we go, and braking for the Ascari is just before this bridge. Down to third, all over the curves on the inside. Pedal the throttle to the mid part of the corner, and then hard on the power all the way over the exit there. Down this penultimate straight towards the parabolica we go. And braking for this corner is just about the 100 board. Just there. Down to third, get it turned in. The car likes a bit of trail braking as well, so another really good test of the quality of a pedal. It's just how well you can trail brake with it. So there we go, out of the final corner, up towards the line. Let's see what the lap time is. And it is a 1:51.2. Let's see what the Asetek Invictas can do. Okay, so let's go for a full lap with the Asetek Invicta pedals. Here at Monza GP in the Porsche 911, let's see what we can do. We can put this superior brake pedal to the test down to turn 1 here. We're going to brake even later than we did with the Fanatec because I just have so much more confidence. Close to the 150 board, down through the gears, no fuss, straight in, and out of the first chicane with zero dramas whatsoever. Now, the great thing about these pedals, these hydraulic pedals, is that you use a lot of muscle memory when you build up that memory of how far you need to press the pedal in order to reach that point of maximum pressure and maximum performance. And it's one of those things you build over time, but already having only driven a couple of laps with these brand new pedals, I'm already feeling that kind of feeling under my left foot of just how much pressure I should be applying into these corners. And it just feels so good and very easy to reproduce every single lap as well. Just a little dab into Lesmo 2. And then up towards the Ascari we go. It's just so confidence inspiring. You know that every single time you're going to hit the brake pedal, you're going to get that same amount of performance out of it, and you can just repeat it every single time. Again, probably a little early on the brakes for the Ascari, but one of those things you'll get used to over time. And just how much later you can brake going into some of these corners, it's insane. Obviously, the less time you spend on the brakes and the more time you spend full throttle, the quicker your lap time will be. So one more corner to go. Get it into parabolica. Put the power down as early as we possibly can to maximise the run off the corner. And here we go, up towards the line. Let's see if we made a quicker lap time in the 911. And yes, we have. Already, having jumped on the sim with very few laps with these brand new pedals, that was a 1:50.9. So we've gone 2/10 quicker over the course of a lap with very little effort to try and get to that point. And I'm pretty sure that'll only get better and better the more we drive with these pedals, so super impressive. Let's give our final thoughts. So, does a high-end set of sim racing pedals really make a difference to your lap times? Yes it does. As you could see from the static tests, the Asetek Invictas really came up much better in terms of overall stopping distance, but also what was really surprising was the level of consistency that you can achieve with the pedals. That's one of the main things of having a proper hard brake pedal as you get on these hydraulic Invicta pedals, is that every single time you press that brake pedal you have an exact point where you know you need to press it to get the best possible performance. And that means that even if you are quicker over the course of a lap, which we saw in our full lap tests, that consistency will mean you'll be much quicker over the course of a stint as well. So that lap time really adds up over a course of a race. That's where you'll be really benefiting from having some high-end pedals. And as far as I can tell, these Asetek Invictas are some of the best pedals you can possibly get right now. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this. Please do hit the like button, it really helps the channel out. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any new videos coming in the future. But until next time, we'll see you on track.